Hey guys, Steve Tristan here. Today I'd like to show you how to cut down a sliding screen door, specifically an economy sliding screen door. This type of screen door is made of rolled form steel. Therefore, you need some special tools. So the first here is the hacksaw with a miter box. Now, this is the old classic hacksaw, and then basically you'll put your screen frame in there, at your mark, and then you'll just cut it down like that. Now this would take you forever. But if that's all you have, then that's the right tool for you. The second is the 6-inch cutoff saw. Had a situation at one point and we needed to get a saw quickly and cut down a screen door, so I purchased this at Harbor Freight. It was only $49.99. It doesn't come with the cutoff saw blade itself, but this is the blade here, and I think it was an extra 10 bucks for it. So together, you're looking at about a $60 investment if you're wanting to cut down these screen doors. For a handyman, that should be a quick solution for this type of job. This miter saw is made by Evolution, and it's an amazing saw because it cuts through almost anything. It cuts through wood, through plastic, through aluminum, and even steel. If you have, say, 2x4s you're trying to cut and there's nails in it, no problem, it'll cut right through it. So this is a great saw for the handyman. The tools you'll need are going to be an ice pick to take off the spline, some needle nose, and also a drill bit and a cordless drill. The drill bit is going to be 5/16 inch, and that's to drill the hole on the top of the frame once you cut it, because then you'll be able to reach the screw for adjusting the wheels. The other tools you'll need are the dead blow hammer, which will not damage a frame, the screen door frame, and then also the rolling tool for your spline to put your screen back in. The first thing we're going to do is actually measure it. This size screen door we need to cut to is going to be 78.5. Currently right now it's at 79.25. Using your ice pick, it doesn't have to have this curve. I prefer this curve just because it's easier for me. What you do is you take your spline out, you take a needle nose here to pull the spline to get it out, and then you're just gonna remove it. So you take the top one off first, okay, and then we're gonna take the side piece of spline up, the needle nose, pull it up, and you're going to take it down maybe about 18 inches, okay, so you don't have to respline too much, and then we're going to do the other side as well. Then once you pull the spline back, what you're going to do is you're going to pull your screening out. Now be careful not to tear it, just use your hand, there's no tools required for this. Just pull your screening out. The corners are real critical, so don't let it rip. So just pull it out a little bit here and pull this back. Then you take your dead blow hammer and pop off the top. So pull down and we just tap it lightly. Now, not all of it right away. Other side as well. It's a little bit of time. Okay. Try to do. Okay, so you also need to get the bug seal here and pull it back, okay? Yeah, it's about a foot's okay. If you come around here, you can see there's the hole that we talked about, and we'll need to be drilling a new hole once we cut it. We're gonna measure it to the outside, not on the inside. It's gonna be on the outer edge here, okay? The longer point. And I mark it with an ice pick just because I could easily see the mark. Okay, and everything's straight, and then I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna try it with the Evolution saw as well. So I don't know if you noticed, but the Evolution saw is a much cleaner cut. Highly recommended. I think it's upwards of about $300 though for this saw, okay? But definitely worth the investment in my opinion. So the next step, guys, is we need to drill the hole for the screw right here. Now if you look on the corner, there's that screw. Now this screw here adjusts your wheels up and down. As you tighten it, it'll bring it down and tighten it up. So it raises your screen door up and down and tightens the wheels. So there's a spring in here and it helps that to work. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this right on top, and you can measure it and do all that and be accurate and all that. Usually this is a quick way for me to do it, is I just eyeball it, and then you can mark it right here to drill your hole, aligned with that hole there, okay? And then the same thing on the opposite side. So we take our drill and we're gonna drill a hole right there, okay? That's it. Okay, so then you put the corners on. Any burrs like this, take them off. Just tap that there. So I do a little bit on each side, just like when we take it off, just to make sure it's aligned. Okay. If you don't, then it ends up twisting a little at a time. I just want to point out that the screw is exposed here. You can actually reach it with the Phillips screwdriver. See, it works, it turns, no problem. Once the frame's on, then you just roll out your screen first. And you have two, usually you should have two types of rollers on here. This is a rounded, and this one's concave. So it goes inward, and this is more outward, okay? And the one that's outward, what you need to do is line both sides up, and you use the outward one to push your screening in. You do it on both sides for this. Okay. Now I pulled it over to the left a little bit, so I'm gonna do one side at a time. Okay. Do that, and you do the concave side to put the spline in. This. Any excess is okay, you can just trim it with the razor blade after. So we will have excess because you did cut it down. Well, maybe not too much excess. Sometimes you can just push it underneath. The additional tool that we need is actually a utility blade. We did not add that at the beginning of the video, but so make sure to include a utility blade. I'm sure you guys have one. I'm going to cut and trim off whatever excess screen we have here. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, and then the spline's a little long, so we're going to trim that down. The rest of that just get pushed back in. Last thing is just push the bug seal back in here. And it also confirmed that when you look at the holes that the screws are exposed, which they are. You know, when you install it, you'll need to trim this off. Right now, we can leave it long. So, but when it's installed, you need to trim that off to match the door. All right, guys, so this is how you cut down an economy sliding screen door. Just remember to take your time. You'll probably get it done in about 5 minutes, but you know, it's better to take your time, okay? Thank you very much. Take care. God bless.